Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you again. We got a matchup against my man Garrett Farrington here. He recently won one of the regionals, as you can see with his beautiful champion playmat right there. And yeah, we ended up getting paired up in round 2 of the Eggman tournament that was hosted on this past Tuesday. It was a fantastic tournament, a lot of fun. This was a really interesting match, honestly. We both end up mulliganing. I end up, or did I? No, actually I think I chose to keep, excuse me. But turn 1, we both just pass here, and then he's just going to let me go to 3 Dawn, and now this is where I 8k swing, I just don't have anything to play. He does get a Sanji off the first life, so pretty good first life for him. Just deciding what he wants to trash here, thinking about what cards are to come. Gets rid of a 3000 Worlds, and I'll just pass it over to him real fast. But I make a pretty grave mistake this turn. He decides to go 5 with Sanji, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't need to counter out here. Probably see like a 5 with Queen, or maybe even a 6 with Queen. We can just counter out of that. And nope, he hits me with a 9k swing, and so now we're down to 3 life pretty early. It doesn't mean the end of the world for me, but it is a little scary getting down this early when we don't have any blockers on board. We don't have any characters developed. So yeah, little scary. And now I am thinking, okay, let's go 7 to the Sanji, and he gives me a 2k and a 1k to get out of that, and I'll just go 3 for Fukuro. Now this is where the beginning of the end basically ended up starting out. He's up to 6 Dawn, and I make a pretty grave mistake here. He uses 3000 Worlds to bottom deck the Fukuro, and I just, not thinking, added it to trash. And now I trash out another Fukuro, and he swings 7. And now, me, yet again, thinking that I did the right thing, I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, forgetting that I should have bottom decked it. I'm now of the belief that I have 2 CP9 cards in my trash, and I'm looking good. I'm like, okay, perfect. Kaku is online now. I can use that card when I need to. And yeah, 9 cards in hand. We're looking pretty solid here. I just want to get rid of that Sanji though, and I'll trash a Sengoku for that. Attach the rest of Dawn and swing 7 into life. More than likely, we're going to get him to take this, so we'll get him down to 2 life, but hopefully no blocker here. He does get one, so the triggers have been definitely good in his life so far. And now, yet again, I have those 2 Fukuros in trash because I messed up on that 3000 Worlds. He didn't notice it either until we had gotten to a point hereafter, but it was a 10k swing to life. I'm just gonna have to take it going down to 1, and then he plays the Doflamingo blocker. He can just be aggressive, play the blockers, set up his top deck for the 9 costs as well as some of the remaining cards, and it's just going to be extremely frustrating to deal with. I also will say that I don't think I have as many reps against Queen as I would like to, because this matchup, it definitely felt like there were moments when I shouldn't have been swinging, or I should have just passed turn, but I felt like I needed to apply some form of aggression, and I think that I ended up not really capitalizing because of that on certain situations. And now with 9 Dawn, I just take a look at my trash and I go, okay, awesome. I got 2 CP9 cards. We can at least get rid of the Doflamingo because we did have Kaku in hand. And I decide to just go ahead and rest 5 and play Kaku. And then we both realize, well, I think he was the first to realize. Yeah, so I rest 5 for that, and I'll bring back the Fukuros. I put him to the bottom of the deck, and he goes, wait a minute, how'd you get the second Fukuro in there? And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I countered out with 1, and then the other one should have been bottom decked. And I was like, oh, geez, here we go, man. I was like, I just messed this all up. I was like, now I've shown you my card. And I mean, we're just, yet again, this is like a small tournament, nothing too crazy. So I actually tell him, I'm like, hey man, I don't mind leaving this here if you'd prefer me to leave it on the board, but he was cool with me just taking it back and correcting the mistake. And now I'm just sitting here like, oh dude, I just messed up my entire play. I had like a whole idea planned out, but you know, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to get some good games in, and he was nice enough to let me take back that mistake. Oh, it messed me up though, because I remember I was sitting there thinking to myself like, man, I had this whole idea and now I don't have one, and I'm feeling real stupid. I don't know how we can kind of bounce back and capitalize now, because that was really like the play that I had. It was Kaku into you know, swinging heavy with leader and Sakazuki, playing Borsalino, now having 3 bodies on board, so that if he plays a 9 cost, I'm not super worried about having, you know, one of them bottom decked. But yeah, it definitely didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to. So I take a little bit of time to reevaluate and kind of come up with a new game plan. And luckily though, we do have a Sakazuki in hand, so I'll just rest 6. I will play the Sakazuki, trashing the Fukuro this time. And we're both kind of laughing about it. And I attach 1 to lead, but get rid of that Doflamingo. I'll just go 7 to life though. I kind of want to see what he'll do. If he does block, we can go up to 7k on lead. If he does counter, you know, it is what it is. And he does choose to counter out of this, I believe, leaving him with 2 in hand. And now I'll just go 6 to life. We get 1 more 2k, which I think was like a Beji or an Amande, something like that. And I'll rest 3 for yet again another Fukuro. But the tough part about this match has been that I haven't countered out of the low swings, so his, you know, he's just been able to apply a lot of pressure to me early on, and I don't believe that we drew into many 2k counters this game. I feel, if I remember correctly, I feel as though I drew into 1 2k counter to be exact, but plays Mihawk, bottom decks the Sakazuki, and then swing 6, and now I have to counter out with 2 1k counters, being a Sengoku and a brand new. Definitely not where I wanted to be. I could have taken the life there. I don't think it would have been in my best interest, but who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, I know that I had a 10 cost Kuzan this game just sitting in my hand, wanting to be played, but I was a little nervous that if I played it, I was just going to lose it like immediately. But I get the 4 cost Kuzan to try and maybe gain a little bit of hand size and get some different options in hand. Looking at what he's got going on though, with just 1 card in hand, I'm like, all right, let's just go 5 to life, see what happens. And he does choose to block here. He knows that I have the Fukuro in hand, so I could have played Fukuro here. Not that I think it would have been, you know, the best idea, but it definitely wouldn't have been that bad. But since he plays Brûlé, it still gives us an option to play Fukuro. I just know that if I do go that route, he just like 3,000 worlds, or he hits me with another 9 cost Mihawk, and it's pretty much game over at that point. So I tried to go the more defensive route and played brand new to get Borsalino down. Yet again, almost like I feel like I got rattled earlier, and I almost bottom decked the brand new cards and meant to trash them. I was like, dude, that play earlier has me all messed up, and that's my bad, man. Because it's not even in my best interest to bottom deck those now at this point. But we see a 6k swing coming to life. I do choose to just take this, and I remember him saying that he wasn't expecting me to take that because he was trying to play Yamato to KO my Kuzan. But I did go ahead and take that to just get down to 0 life. Doesn't matter to me very much. And then we'll see, what was it? Brand new being KO'd there. But now having 4 cost Kuzan on board is pretty nice. Oh yeah, I forgot that. He passed, but he was like, oh shoot, I forgot to swing with Mihawk. And I was like, dude, you let me take back my play earlier. I have no problem letting you do the same. I was like, that is totally fine. It's only fair because I made, you know, the exact same mistake, so it's not really that big of a deal to me. But we'll go I would imagine 5 with Kuzan here. Try and lower the Yamato. Hopefully have some KO cards to be able to get that off the board. And then if we can, it would be great to swing into the Mihawk. But yeah, so we'll go 5 with Kuzan here. Definitely bringing the Yamato down. And now I think he's just considering whether he wants to block or not. And he does block. So this made me pretty happy because I was thinking to myself, all right, I have a chance here now to be able to get both of these 9 costs off the board. But we do play Sakazuki, trashing a card, KOing the Yamato. And now we'll just attach 4, swing 9 into the Mihawk. Yeah, and I'm pretty happy about this. I think we've actually stabilized a little bit. There is a chance that we could potentially win this game, and then I just throw it all away and mess it up right here. I decide to swing rather than pass, and I swing 7, and he gets a Sanji, trashes the Perona, and I'm like, damn, there's no way that I can win the game now. I should have just passed. And I was like, I was being greedy, thinking that it would potentially be a Boa or a Brulee, but it was Sanji. And yep, that's how the cookie crumbles. We had 2 Borsalinos that we could have played this turn after as well, so that would have been so nice. And man, we would have been in a great spot. We would have been in a fantastic spot. But yeah, just a pretty big mistake right there, swinging a life. Definitely should have passed, and then just play the blockers the following turn, going for just going for a really nice tempo. But you live and you learn, and Garrett played it super well. I didn't have any of the necessary counter cards I needed to get out of some of those early swings, but fun match overall, and I'd love to hear what y'all think about it. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.